Welcome to the very last session of our first full day here at SudokuCon. Thank you guys so much for being here with us today. It's been a pleasure to meet all of you. After this, dinner is going to be on your own. But first, we're going to get to enjoy some of our community live streamers and video creators who are going to introduce themselves in a moment, solving together using a prototype Sudoku pad tool that I'm sure has Sven clenching a little bit wherever he's sitting, that allows them to simultaneously solve in the same grid, which is also being projected to you guys. This was set by Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards. And there's going to be a little time for Q&A after they are finished solving, which I have utmost faith in you guys that you're going to finish solving this. These guys are experts on YouTubing, streaming, they're happy to talk to you about their channels or about the experience with puzzle streaming and creating puzzle-related content. So there will be a little time for questions afterwards. But I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. They're going to introduce the puzzle. And then we're going to enjoy a hopefully fun, lighthearted live solve of a puzzle made by some of our community members. So, take it away.
Hi, I'm ChattyKathy. I stream on Twitch, and I'm also a YouTuber. And I am very new to Variant Sudoku. I started solving less than a year ago, so my content is more of learning Variant Sudoku and getting people to help teach me how to actually solve these better.
Hi, my name is, well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Olivier, but I go by Lucian. I do YouTube mostly, but I do some streaming as well. I started almost 2 years ago doing Sudoku YouTube with the Daily Gas.
Hi, I go by Nell Gwyn on both Twitch and YouTube. I've been streaming for a couple of years now. Only recently started simul streaming. Yeah. What's your channel name? No, Nell Gwyn on Twitch with an underscore, and the L's are ones. I wanted them to be L's, but that was taken, because I named myself after an actual historical figure, which probably not the best branding choice.
Just as a quick thing before we jump into the puzzle, I did make little Sudoku chips. Some of you have already received yours, so afterwards, if you haven't received a chip, feel free to come up and get one. I printed, hopefully enough, on my 3D printer for everyone here, and there's a little shameless self-promotion on the back, but you know. It's all in good fun. So, do you want to?
Without further ado, yeah.
All right.
Today we have Solve Time by Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards. This is standard Sudoku, arrows, and crop key pairs. So, standard Sudoku rules apply. The digits 1 through 9 appear once each in every row, column, and box. So, each row here, and every column, and every 3x3 box, we want to use the numbers 1 through 9 only once each.
Then we have our arrows. So digits along an arrow must sum to the numbers indicated in the circles from which the arrow emerges. Digits may repeat along arrows if allowed by other rules. So what does that mean? Well, let's say we looked at this cell here, and we said that it was a 4. What that would mean is the cells along the arrow connected to that circle must sum to 4. So in this case, just 1, 3. But obviously, as you get higher, you have more options. And in certain cases where, actually, yeah, here we go. Here, we could have digits that repeat along the arrow. So this could be, let's say, a 2-2 pair, though of course not by Sudoku.
And then we have crop key pairs. Digits and cells separated by a black dot are in a 2-to-1 ratio. That means one of these is double the other. So if we put a 4 here, this digit would have to be 2 or 8. And digits and cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. So if this is 4, this is either 3 or 5. And not all dots are necessarily given. So these two, for instance, could be consecutive or in a 1-to-2 ratio, even though there's no dot there.
So that's it. Those are the rules.
How do we started.
I mean, these have to be from 7, 8, 9, right? Because, like, the minimum this could be is 1, 2,
6,
3,
yeah.
and the minimum this could be is 1, 2, 3. That's plus these two.
Real quick, Nell, though, can we start maybe down here?
Oh, yes.
With the.
Oh,
sorry,
yes,
sorry,
yes,
I'm not. Sorry,
that is-
sorry.
that is
I'm
even
not.
better.
Sorry, folks. All right. It's just I saw the 1. So the 1. What happens when we take the 1 off the arrow?
Yes.
Tell us what happens here.
Yes, you're left with a minimum of 2, 3, and 4.
So we know where the 2 goes, right? That makes this a 9
Do
plus
we?
2 plus 3 plus by Sudoku.
Those
Oh, yes,
givens
yes.
that just pop up halfway through the puzzle.
I
they're
know.
not good
I
givens.
always miss the givens there, but that's a 9. And then 3, 4. Can we do anything with 3, 4? We could pencil mark 3, 4. That is allowed.
And we can pencil mark this. If this is 3, this is 6. And if this is 4, this can't be
2. So it
2.
must be
So,
8.
yeah, this is either 6 or 8.
Perfect.
Oh, I think we also know what's going on here with this, right?
Yeah, there's no 3. So, yeah.
Because if there's
these
no
are 1, 3
no
pairs.
2, they have to be 1, 3 pairs.
And this
because
can't be 9 because of that. So that, yeah.
It must be 8 with 2 sets of 1, 3.
Mhm.
Gotta put those in.
This is going to be a 1, 3, but because of our 1 in box 5, this is a 3. This is going to be a 1, and then we have a 1, 3 pair here that I don't see a way to narrow that down yet.
But we do get a 3 here, right?
Perfect.
Yes.
So why do we get a 3 here? Well, knowing that this is a 3, 4 pair, and knowing that this is a 1, 3 pair means across rows 7 and 8, we've already accounted for our 3s. They create like a, I never know what it's called, kind of like an X-wing sort of pattern. So we know that the 3 in, sorry, I thought I heard some audience participation there. But what that means is in row 9, this is the only place where 3 can go.
What else do I see?
We can go back to what you were saying
Oh,
when
yeah,
I
that's
when
fine.
I
That's fine.
when I pulled us away from that. So that does do something really interesting with
Oh,
that.
yes.
Because of the 1, 3 pair we have now, we know that that must be because 2, 4, 1, 2 is 9, right? So it has to be 9 there, right? Is that? Can I do math?
Can I do that?
2, 4, 1, 2.
Yeah.
So we know that this has to be
Right,
the
there can only
1.
be 1, 1 on here.
Yeah,
right.
so this has to be 1, 2. We get our 3, 1, 3, 4,
Oh, wow,
8. A
yeah.
lot of stuff here, and then this is a 2, 4 pair.
And
I'm
making
sorry,
that
I stole that from you
9.
there. 8, 7.
Yeah.
I think that's all valid so far, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, this is a max of 3, right? Because this is a minimum of 6. Oh, in fact, it's a max of 2. So, in
Yeah.
fact, it
It
is
can't
at
be a
1.
Mm-hmm. Because
Oh,
no,
and-
wait, 3, 1. Yeah, 3, 4. It doesn't.
Oh, and where does 1 go in box 4?
Yeah, it has to go there.
Oh.
1,
This is going to be a 2.
2. We
and
can
this
set
is
our
going to
2.
be a 3.
We can set our 2, 4 pair and our sum, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have, I'm just going to go ahead and pencil a 3, 5 here.
Do we want to put our sum in there for our 8 and then fix our 2, 4 pair? For context, folks, we're all kind of fighting over the same cursor here. So if I click on a cell, it undoes whatever like Nell or Kathy are
Right.
trying to do. So sorry.
Oh, hi. I also see that we can go ahead and place a 1 down here because we know a 1 can't go in row 8
Oh,
for
yeah.
this box, and we also have a row, or we have 1s given
Right.
in columns 5 and 6. Small little 1 there, and that's all our 1s.
Yeah. Woo! We finished a digit. Let's. Oh my goodness, man! Tough crowd. So here, this is interesting, right? Because minimum 2, 4, 3, 6. So 2.
We can place a 2.
We can place a 2.
I heard.
You're trying to make me do some Sudoku? Like, what is this?
Oh,
2.
2 2
Oh,
can't go
well,
on the
it can't
crop
go on
because of the
here.
3 and 1, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Can I place that one?
Oh, yeah, sure. We're waiting for me. My bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Then on the black crop key, this can't be, if this is a 2, then we need this one to be a 1 or a 4, but it can't be a 1, so let's go ahead and make it a 4.
And then we
Oh,
can
and
do the
this can't be
consecutive.
3.
So it's 5. And then,
Oh, yeah, and this can't be 4.
Very nice.
so we get 5, 6.
Is it me again?
It's,
Oh.
it's whoever wants to do it. It's whoever wants to do
I
it.
think we both hit it, and then it placed it, and then
So-
it took it away.
So what I got distracted on, I was saying what was the minimum here to 4 to try to start placing digits. Well, now that we have the 6, we know it has to be 7, 8, or 9. But you're already looking at the consecutive there, Kathy. What do you see there?
I'm thinking in my head, I forgot you could see my cursor. This this crop key does see a lot of digits, so I was kind of drawn there. Like it sees a 1, 2, 4, 8, and 9, and this side
And a
sees
3.
a 3.
Yeah.
Well, with the 4, we know it
Yeah,
couldn't.
yeah.
It could never be a 3. So it has to be 5, 6, or
And
6, 7.
Yes,
right?
we're definitely
So
using
there's
a
always
6.
a 6 up there.
Other than that, I'm not sure, but might as well.
Good enough for a corner mark. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at 4s is what somebody said.
Oh well,
Oh.
we get a 4 in box 4.
Yes.
Dibs.
Now it's closer to me. So now we can place that the 8 in box 1 there. Let's see.
Are there more?
Um,
8 over here.
I still want to go back and think about this a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
we
So we
should.
know it can't have 1, 3. Minimum is 2, 5. Oh, I didn't do it. I swear.
Did the laptop just go to sleep?
Here, go and give it a little shake.
Uh-oh.
Give it a little shake. Give us a second. There you go. Yay, Kathy! Woo! 2, 5, 1, 2, 4. Well, that's actually interesting. It can't be 7 because if we consider this, it can't
Oh.
have 1, 2, or 4 on it, which means it can't be 1, 6, 2, 5, or 3, 4. So that means actually at a minimum this has to be 8 or 9. Look at the 8s again. All right. Oh well.
This has to be an 8.
There
This
we
has
go.
to be an 8 because of we have an 8 down here and an 8 up here.
Sudoku.
Oh, and now 8 in box 6 is in one of these two, which forces it into this row in this box, and this sees
Which
that.
means it's
Perfect.
just the center cell.
Perfect.
So we actually.
And it can't be 1, 7, or 3, 5. It's
Well,
2,
here-
6.
Here, well, yeah, we have a few different options. So we have
Oh,
3,
yeah.
5 here. We have 2, 6. So you want to place it? Go for it.
Well, I know this one at least.
Yeah. 6, 2. We know that it has to be 3, 5 on the right arrow, but we don't know necessarily the order. But you should pencil mark that. We do have 5, 7, and 4 across the bottom, which actually we can place 4 in box 8 as well as a result. So
I'll steal that.
yeah, go for it. We actually know the 5, 7 order because of the 3, 5 pair on the arrow.
Oh, and now 4 in box 2. There's only one spot for it.
Yeah, we can place that in the center, but the pointing pair 3, 5 down to box 8 sets our order for our 5, 7.
Oh yes, perfect. This would be a
Oh.
5, 7 for the box, but because of this
Right,
3,
it
5,
sees those two.
we know this has to be a 7 and this has to be a
Okay.
5.
And in the column, then we know where the 6 goes in column 6.
We do. I'm
Just in
looking
box
for
2
this.
there.
Oh, at the wrong column.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we are missing what?
Only 2 digits.
7 and 9 here, so we throw down a. Oh, well, no, we know where 7 and 9 go because of the 9 in box 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
7, 9. This becomes a 7, and this becomes a 9. Look at
Yeah.
8 some more. Somebody said. 8's in box 3. Well, it would have to go here.
Oh, but we know where it goes because there's an X-wing between boxes 6 and 9.
Right.
So do you want to explain that one now?
Right. Okay.
Wow.
So the 8 in this box goes here, and in this box goes here, and that accounts for it in columns 7 and 9. So that forces it into this column in this box, and this sees that.
Perfect.
And I was gonna say from that, we know where 9 goes in box 6, and we can throw down a 7-8 pair as a result.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get through this very quickly. We need 3, 5, and I always struggle. 3, 5, and 6 across the row. Can we place that across row 4? 3, 5, 6.
Should we pencil it? Maybe this dot would tell
That's
us.
what I'm trying to think. It can't be. No, what? No, it can be. No, it can't be 3.
No, because we don't have a 2 or a 4.
Right.
It can't be a 2 or 4. 5 would require 4. It can't be 4, 6. So it must be a 6 in that cell, right? And it must be.
Why can't it be? Oh, yes, he's
So
a 6 over here.
7 or 5. Oh well, we know.
Oh, well, that gives us a 2 up here.
Oh, 2, of course, to add.
Yes.
Let's not forget that.
Take 6 out of here before we forget. 5 or 7?
5 or 7. I don't think we know which one yet.
Yeah. So let's throw down the 5, 7.
Somebody said you do.
We do.
Oh.
We do know 5. Oh well, that's a 3, 5 from the column. We do know that.
Show your work.
We do know 5, 7.
I don't believe you.
I don't know. Let's be clean here. Let's pencil mark these 3, 5, 7. You guys can remove the 3 and the 5 for me there. Do we want to? Let's real
Row
quick.
8.
Oh, row 8. We're only missing 9 and oh well, we know where 9 goes. 9 goes in
yeah.
row in cell 3 there, which means 6 goes across. We are missing 7 and 5 from the column. Oh, which makes a 5, 6, 7 triple across.
Okay, we have a. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So sorry, real quick distraction. I'm gonna do some pencil marking.
Yes.
5, 7 across here. We're missing 3, 4. We know the order. 4, 3. No 3 in the corner. What are you? Boo! Boo! All right. We actually get some more information here because this is going to be a 4, 9 pair again. You guys tell me if I'm pencil marking.
It's
Nope,
not.
4,
it's
9.
not.
4 in the
Oh, not 4,
region.
9.
We have 4
Thank
in
you.
the
Sorry.
row.
6, 9 pair, which is a very nice pair.
Nice.
Exactly, which we know the order for. Don't worry, guys. This is just a normal thing for me. We'll throw the 5, 7 down. That's why you guys are here.
Me as well.
Well, now I'm left out, so me too. Yeah.
Across row 2, we still need 9, 3, 5, 7, but can we do anything with that? I don't immediately see anything. How about box 7? Box 7, what are we missing?
Column. Somebody said
Oh.
column 1.
5,
We have 1, 2,
6,
3, 4,
7.
5, and an 8. We need a 6, 7, 9.
Oh, where does 6 go in box 7?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Box 7. So yeah.
Oh,
so
and that.
that sets our 6, 7 there. 5, 7, and 9 down the column. So we know where 9 goes in column 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's 9. So 3, 5, 7 triple. Oh, but we know which one it has to be because this is 3, 5, or 7, but we have a 3, 5 pair staring at it.
Oh.
Nice.
So that sets the order of a bunch of stuff for us. Nell coming in clutch here.
Yeah, the person with the mouse can.
Okay.
All right, that's a lot. Do we want to finish out box 9?
Yes.
Box 9, we need what across? We need 8 and 9. So, oh well, the 8, 9 gives us the 7, 8. Do you want me to
Go ahead.
You go for it, Kathy. 8, 9.
8,
I just
And
cleaned
then
up
we'll
all
do
those
the
pencil
7, 8.
marks.
Yeah, you.
We're in the home stretch. You
We're
guys
almost there.
go ahead and
so
take
this.
this.
Is a
7,
7.
8.
So this is an 8.
And then we need 7 and 4. So 7 in the corner, 4 there, and we're almost done, folks. We need well, I was gonna say 3. Actually, we know where it goes, right? 3 goes
Perfect,
in the
yeah,
bottom
yeah.
right cell. 6 goes across in the row there, and then almost just 2 more digits, folks. 7 and 9.
1, 2,
So
3, 4, 5,
9
6,
and 7.
7.
So it's 9 and then
9
7.
And a 7.
All right.
My time says a minute 11.
I know.
And it keeps. Hey, it only took us
I-
37 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say my timer says 37 seconds. What does it show on there?
Yeah,
it says
it's-
same thing. All right.
It took me a minute 11 seconds. What did
Oh
I do
well.
wrong?
I I guess so. But that is just one of two puzzles. Maybe there are more that I don't know about. But we do have another puzzle.
Load it.
Heck yeah.
Send us the next one.
Yep. Okay.
Lots of Kropke dots. Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
We want
So
to
we
go through
still
the rules
got.
again.
Oh, it's just Kropke dots. Okay.
Go through the rules again.
Should we go through it again?
I don't know. Should we go through the rules again, or can we just jump right into it?
Jump right in. Okay.
Dotty Days by Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards.
Okay. First thing I'm noticing is this
Yeah.
A long stretch.
5.
And
This is
both
a run of 5 consecutive digits.
and both ends need to be able to go on a black Kropke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That narrows it down. Because you can't put 5, 7, or 9 on a black
2 and
Kropke.
6, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6. Would that make sense? Can we do something
2 and
else there?
6.
3 and 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it might just be 2.
I think
It's
It's 2,
either
6.
2 and 6 or 4 and 8.
I
Oh, it could be 4, 8. Yeah, that's
4,
true.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
2, 8, 2, 6.
Now, if it's 2, 6,
There's-
this is a 1, 3 pair or
Yeah.
a 3, 4.
Yeah, there's so
And
much
if
pencil
it's
marking. I already hate
4,
it.
8. Oh, if it's 4, 8, I think this has to be 4. Oh no, this could still be 8
It
too.
would be
Yeah. There's
8,
too
4.
many.
There's too many.
There's too
I
many
don't-
candidates
I
up
wouldn't
there.
want to do that. I think here's something that's interesting.
Oh,
also,
oh,
actually,
right, I
even
didn't
better
even notice
here.
this.
Yes.
So when we have,
Oh,
there we go. When we have 3 black Kropke dots in a row, it can only come from the set 1, 2, 4, 8. It can't come from the set 3, 6. So given that we already have an 8 here, we actually know that it must be 2 here with a 1, 4 pair on either side. We do again know that this has to be from the set 1, 2, 4, 8, but we don't know whether it's 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. It does let us place
Yeah.
a 2, 4 pair, or 2, 4, sorry, pencil marking, but outside of that, oh well,
Box 4 is
get
interesting
this.
with 2 and a
Is
half
a
black
3,
Kropke in it
6.
also.
oh yes, and also like the fact that this has to have a 4, 5, and 6 on it. That does rule 4 out of here. Well, that's not quite a well. Might
pencil
be
mark
worth-
it any,
might
just
be
pencil
worth-
mark it
yeah.
anyways. I placed the 3, 6 pair here because of the
Oh, right,
1,
yeah,
2,
'cause
4
of these.
staring down.
Oh,
the
and
fact
this
that 8
needs-
stairs here means
yeah.
there's going to be a 2 on it.
Yeah, there's a 2 on here,
and it's
with
either
a
1,
1
2, or
or a
2,
4.
4. Yeah, exactly.
But we don't want to do 1, 2 because
Oh,
that
but wait.
would make
This has to be.
impossible.
This digit has to be the same as one of these two, doesn't it? Because of these white Kropke dots.
Well, I was going to say, what Kathy, can you say
Oh.
what you were saying just now?
Yeah, we don't want this digit to be a 1 because we would need both of these to be a 2 and that would be broken. So
Oh,
we have
yes,
one
that's
option we
simpler.
can take
No,
out.
actually, we can do better. We know it can't be 2 in that cell that you're selecting as well because of the 3, 6 pair in the box. Right?
So
Right.
explain that again to
Right.
me.
So if
Which
this
one?
were a 2, 2 would require, no, wait.
2 would require 1 or 3,
No,
but
no,
if it's
sorry,
1,
sorry.
then this has
One
to be
has
0.
2. Well, yeah, it would be 2. So yeah, yes. No, I was right for the wrong reason. Don't worry
Yes.
about it. I was like, I saw it and I was like, wait.
You're predicting the future. I like
Don't-
that.
Being
don't
right
worry
for
about
the
it, don't
wrong
worry about it.
reasons. That
We-
is that is definitely.
We do love that. So that's a
yes.
4, 2. 4 can't be 3, so it has to be 5. 5 then forces this to be 6, right? And now that it's
Perfect.
6, you were right. It is a 4, 8 across there,
With a
which means
5,
now
7 here.
now we should start doing
So
all
one
the
of
pencil
these is a
marking.
4, and the other is
A 2
2
over 8.
or 8. I'll
Well,
corner
what were you
mark.
saying, Prof? Oh, well, of course, 5 must go on the left-hand side because of box 2, yes.
Oh yes.
So, Anne, Prof Meow, pointed out something for us here. 5 in this box here, because of this 5 and the fact that, this is not
Right.
5, means 5 has to go here. That creates a pointing set, which will disambiguate.
Whoop, go ahead.
You
Oh.
gonna do the honors?
Yeah. Oh yes, that also rolls. Okay, so this is strictly going up. So this is going to be up. Wait.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh, gets this too.
So this other black Kropke, we're not using a 2, 4, or 8 on it.
So it's 3, 6.
If it can't be 3 because 3 would require 2 or 4,
Yeah.
which means it must be 6. With 3, we can place the 5, 7. Across, let's just look at row 6 just real quick. 1, 3, 9. Right? Does that do anything for us?
Well,
It
that
does. We actually know.
Oh, yeah.
We actually know what goes there. It can't be
Nice.
3 and it can't be 9 because 8
Yeah.
can't go below it. So it has to be
Right.
1
So we said
with a 2.
Sorry.
You go, please. Sorry.
this row still needs a 1, 3, 9. It can't be a 3 because of the region, so we're stuck with 1, 9 here. If this was a 9, this has to be an 8, but that's not possible. So we need this to be a 1 and this to be a 2.
We get 3, 9 pair. One of those can't go
Oh,
on
and
black
9,
crop key
you're
dot.
right.
So 5, 7, and 9 cannot go on black crop key dots because when you multiply or divide those by 2, you do not get normal Sudoku digits. So
Oh, this column has
fact.
3 Kropke in it. Look at that.
yeah, so it must be 1, 2, 4, 8 separately.
One of them
right?
is 1, 2, and the other is.
Well, we know that the
4,
bottom one can't be 4, 8. We actually
Oh
know.
yeah,
that,
yeah, because of row 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we actually know the order. It's going to be 1, 2, and we know the order of the 4, 8 as well, thanks to the 8 given.
Right.
4, 8, and then 4, 5, 6, or 4, 3, 2 all look valid.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6.
There's,
I'm not immediately seeing why
yeah.
we would remove one or the
What's
other.
left in the column?
In column
5,
9 there?
7, and 9.
Are the digits that can't go on
Yes.
black
Yes.
crop key dots.
Yes.
So we can pencil mark that. It's actually a chocolate teapot,
That's
funnily
not
enough.
7. That's not 9.
Yeah, it's a chocolate teapot
That's
down the
not
line.
7, that's not 5, and that's not 9. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
a chocolate teapot.
So that's a fun little term. I don't remember who originally coined it. I don't know if it was Simon or something, but the idea is that this pencil marking is about as useless as as useful as a chocolate teapot because we're still left with well, I guess we get a 5, 7 pair, but we're not.
Kathy just noticed that does give us a 5, 7 pair in the row. Maybe that's.
We are missing 5, 7, and 9 from
Yeah.
which places the 9 thanks to the 5, 7 you spotted.
Let's go.
This has to be 9. This will be 5, 7.
Neat.
1, 2, 5, 7 from box 6. We know where 7 goes because of the given 7, so we can actually fix box 4 fully.
Fix box 4.
Sorry, I'm doing it again. This is from the set 1, 2, 5, 7, but we know because of this given 7 that 7 has to go in one of these 2 cells. You could essentially pencil mark that with corner marks. That points across at the 5, which gives you 5, 7 there.
Oh, and that looks back and gives us a 5. And oh, that.
And
that
now we
actually-
resolve the chocolate teapot. Thank heavens.
Yay!
This is a 5, meaning this, really close to the
Oh,
right.
gonna be
This is gonna be a
3.
3.
we get
So
that.
we just keep
Yay!
This is
resolving
This is
everything.
gonna be a 1. This is gonna be a 2.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together. So we can fix column 9 fully.
Uh-huh.
Then.
This looked fun.
Oh yeah. Let's.
Oh,
Box 5.
Well, we know where the 9 goes in box 5.
It can't go up here.
The 9, because of, again,
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
when
the
Prof.
9 in
Meow
box
pointed
8 goes
out.
here.
Exactly.
Because
So
of where we need it to go.
So
yeah, just
so
like
the 9
just
and
like we could
5.
place the
Oh,
5.
and the 9 in this box.
We'll go
okay,
there.
that
and
forces.
It's
that forces
literally
this.
exactly the same. And actually, if we
Oh,
think
and this is 1, 2, and it's resolved by this.
exactly, so we can
America.
resolve the entire set. 3, 4, 8 means we can place the 3 and the 4 and the 8. We can fully resolve box 5.
Oh
there.
yeah.
4. We can do the 7 in the column, right?
Yeah.
We need what? 1, 6, 9.
We have a 6.
From
Oh, and we
oh,
have
not
a
6. 1.
8,
Sorry,
9?
1, 8,
1, 8,
9.
9.
Thank you. Which is a chocolate teapot again. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what about column 5? 7 and 9.
Which
Oh,
we can
Nice.
place. We can place 9, 7. We are still missing what? 3, 5, 6. Does the? It can't be 3, right? It can't be 6, so it has to be 5, right? That cell has to be a 5 because of the consecutive.
Right. This can't be 5. Right. Okay. And this can't be 2 or 4. Right.
So it has to be 5. We know
and
it can't be
it's
4,
resolved
so
by
it
that.
has to be
Okay.
6. we can place now the 9 and the 1 in box 3 as a result,
Oh, yes.
which fixes the 1-4 pair that we started with. And the 3 and 6 are resolved in the box as well.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, across 3-4 is our only consecutive pair. So the 9 is the, oh, and we can fully resolve it actually in the row.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said stop?
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. So this is, without any other Sudoku here, the fact that we have a 3-4-9 triple in row 3, and we have a consecutive dot, only 3 and 4 can be on the consecutive dot next to each other. So the 9 is the outlier. Though of course here, just by Sudoku, we can fully resolve where 3 goes, which places 4-9, gives us 5. We can do the 1-7 there as
That
well
leaves
across
us
the row.
oh, yeah, and it's resolved by this.
Yeah. And then what do we need from the box? 2, 6, 8?
Yeah, 2, 6, 8.
So it's
Two
fully
needs to go
resolvable.
here. 6 would end up here. We have an 8. This
Oh,
column looks
we do
easy.
get-
Oh, oops. If I don't fat finger
We
it.
get a 3 in the corner.
Oh, and that resolves this.
We get the 6-3. From the column, we need 7, 9, right? I don't see how we place that. 7, 9, 1, 5, and 6, which we can place the 5.
Ah.
We get the 1, 6. That was 1, 6, 9 down
Oh,
the
right.
column. Or not 1, 6, 9, 1, 8, 9.
1, 8, 9. That's not
Which is
one. That is
it's
a
a
chocolate
chocolate
teapot,
teapot,
but
yeah.
it might be.
Let's see, 1, 6, 8, and 3 across. We can place the 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get another chocolate teapot with a 6, 8 pair. From
Wait,
the
what's down here?
column 7,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7,
Oh,
and,
5 and 7.
7 and 5, which
Nice.
means
Oh,
we can
resolved.
set everything.
Okay.
7, 5, 9, 7.
Well, you guys take the rest.
All right,
Okay.
you want to go for it?
We have a 9 here, so this becomes an 8, meaning this will become a 1. This will be a 9. If this is a 1, then we get a 6 here, and this will be a 1. If this is a 6, then we get an 8 here.
And we
This
still need
row
4.
only needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this box now needs a 4.
17 seconds, even quicker
Seven-
than the last one.
Yes. I hope you guys are really impressed with these solve times, okay? 37 seconds, 17 seconds.
Yes.
Again, I got a minute 27. I'm still
I-
behind.
Oh. Hey, that's still
refresh,
impressive.
refresh.
Not quite as fast as us, but you still got.
I don't know if we have any other puzzles or if now we're transitioning over to QA or what we want to do.
So we set this as a gap tie, so 5, 9 by 9, but it wasn't going to display well. We also didn't know you were going to have 3 keyboards. So these are actually 2 of the 5 gap tie puzzles that we added clues to so that they could stand alone.
Do you want to get a microphone or full deck? You want to just go and stand in front of the mic there, just so everyone can hear the magic.
Yeah, so we set this as a gap tie, so 5 overlapping 9 by 9 puzzles, but we were worried about how it was going to show on the screen. We were also worried about time, because placing that many digits in a short time frame, especially we didn't know you were going to have 3 keyboards and the collaborative solving. So, so we pulled out 2 of those 5 and added clues to make them self-contained. But Clover has the link for the full Gatai. Will you share that in the chat, in the Discord chat? Awesome. And so there'll be missing clues in some of these 2 grids because it comes from the central grid and propagating information around. So thank you. This was so much fun to watch you solve all of this.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
And we were watching your clocks, and every time you shifted control, the clock reset. That's what's going on.
you. That's the cheat.
Okay.
It's all my fault. Actually, it sounds like it's all Sven's fault, actually. No, thank you so much to Sven. This is like a
Yes,
very cool
yes, this is
tool that we
amazing.
can all work on the same grid at the same time.
And
Yeah,
see each
that's
other's
amazing.
cursors with the initial on
Oh yeah.
it.
Well, you guys can see that,
Yeah,
right or no?
you can see who's looking at what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So anyways, Clover.
Yeah, we have a little time for some Q&A. If anybody has questions for these guys, they are experts in streaming and puzzle video creation and would be thrilled to get a chance to promote their channels and talk to you guys a little bit. If anybody wants to ask questions, feel free to come to the aisle mic and ask. And thank you again. You guys did awesome.
Thank you all.
A question, post-stream, how much time do you devote to editing your video before you post it?
For YouTube videos, when recording and editing, I do, when I watch the video back as I'm editing, I do put it in 2x speed. So if you watch my videos, you might also want to watch it in 2x speed because that's how I'm editing it. So if I spend an hour solving the puzzle, I probably spend about 30 minutes editing it, and then it takes about half that time, 15 minutes to export it. So I just leave my desk, do something else for 15 minutes, and then post it. So I guess for every hour I spend on the video, it probably takes 45 minutes before I can actually upload it. It's not terrible, but anybody else?
You want to?
My computer's also really slow, so that flies into it too.
As of now, my YouTube channel just consists entirely of stream VODs, so I haven't really done much editing. I am looking into getting more into that, like uploading highlights and such, but I've got other things to worry about in the meantime.
For me, most of the puzzles I post are the Daily Gas, posted by Philip, Clover, and Bill, people we've all come to know and love. Those ones are pretty quick when it comes to editing. There's very minimal editing involved with that, but some of my Sudoku specials that I do where I feature, I guess, non-gas puzzles can be a little bit more involved with the editing, usually just about as much time as it takes Kathy. So I see Sven, you're getting up here.
Well, as streamers, you're probably not interested in this kind of frivolity, but how much would you want to have some sort of avatar character cutesy emoji as a cursor?
Yes, that'd be amazing. I wanted to say also real quick that as I get better at Sudoku, editing takes less time because I don't have to cut anything out if I do really well at the puzzle I'm talking about. So it gets easier.
So, I mean, as you've all entered this community and you've probably become more aware of a number of other streamers and a number of people who do it, did you, when you began to set up your own channels, did you consciously choose a specific direction as more and more people enter the community and more channels pop up? Are you concerned or consciously deciding ways that you may continue to differentiate, or are you just happy to keep on doing your own thing?
I think this is really applicable to kind of what I do, is because, you know, way back when Mark was solving Daily Gas in chunks of, 5, Bremster, right, he was doing his chunks as well. And I was like, I wonder if there's just anyone doing it daily. And no one was at the time. And I think I brought it up to Philip last night. It was like when they actually started posting their own daily videos, I felt like I was like almost stepping on their toes in a way, because they're their puzzles, right?
Clover's shaking her head in the back.
But this and that's the point, is they post them. There's no reason for me to feel that way because they post them to share with the community. So if we're not taking from each other, then there is no community, right? We wouldn't be here without that, and we shouldn't feel like, like you shouldn't just watch someone solve it faster than them, and be like, I'm so much better than them, which was actually the theme of my April Fool's, theme of my plug, right? A little plug there, of my April Fool's video, where I was joking about how I'm so much better than Mark Goodliff, Mr. 13-times crossword puzzle champion, 2 times world Sudoku champion, right? There's, yeah. Sorry, senior world Sudoku champion or whatever it is. But there's no reason to compete. For me at least, like, this is just something I do for fun. at least at this point in time, my channel isn't monetized. I don't feel like it's a competition. I think it's important to work together. I kind of stole all that. Sorry, you guys do your thing.
I like to say we're not competitors, we're more like coworkers, where you work together. Sometimes there might be coworkers you don't get along with. Sometimes you might go out for drinks after work together, you know, like, but we're just coworkers. It's not like a competitive thing. I also kind of just fell into Sudoku on accident. I was doing, on my YouTube channel, just learning different things, like learning crossword or learning Sudoku, but the Sudoku community, when I posted my first video, was just so accepting and just so kind to me. It made me want to do more Sudoku. So I think a big part of it is the community and the people watching also. That helps keep me going and that's like a big motivator to want to do it, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't really given much thought to different in terms of competition. I mean, partly just because I've just been winging it the whole time.
That's the best way to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people who might want to do this, but who really struggle with watching or listening to recordings of themselves?
Mute.
Well, watching at 2x does sound like a good idea. I picked up on that one.
Oh, that's tough. That's hard if you don't. There's always the option of like getting somebody else to edit your videos for you. People might ask for compensation for that, so you might have to consider that. But you could also, with stuff like Sudoku, you might not even need to edit it at all. You might just need to open it to cut out the first few seconds or cut off the last few seconds and then just leave everything in.
Yeah.
When I first started editing my videos, I wanted to cut out all empty space. I wanted it to be very quick and snappy. But I found with the Sudoku community, the long periods of thought aren't bad in a video because it shows that, you know, you had to spend some time thinking about it. And a lot of people have it on in the background while they're solving also, so you don't need to be talking constantly also, specifically with Sudoku.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So if you guys break a puzzle and have to completely start over, do you keep that in your videos or do you edit around that?
Oh my gosh, so me specifically, since I am learning, probably half the puzzles that I attempt, I get really stuck and I don't know where to go from there. So specifically, what I do is I will attempt to record it and solve it on my own first. And if I get stuck, then on Saturdays, then I'll live stream the puzzle with chat and ask for help or where to go from there. There has been a couple times where I do have people helping me test the puzzles. Shout out to Palfly for being amazing for that before I look at them. And so if Palfly says it's solvable, then I don't want to give up on it, right? So I'll end my recording and start recording again, and I'll say, this is my second attempt. Just full disclosure, I already tried it and I got stuck, so I'm gonna try again. So I try to just be open with it, but also the fact that I make it so forward that I'm learning, it's not a big deal also if I mess up.
I'd say because I'm mostly solving the daily gas, it's usually not a problem where I'll break it completely. It's normally me, which if you watch me, you know, I like to double up digits a lot of times, or I do something like what I did earlier on where I was like, oh, it's a 7-9 pair, and everyone starts screaming at me from the audience, there's a 9 already, what are you talking about? Or whatever, it was, what was it, 4-9, and then it was a 6-9, right? So just those types of things, and what you'll see me do is literally go through, double click 1, all right, does it all look okay? Double click 2, does it all look okay? And even then, I'll sometimes miss that I've doubled up a digit, but I don't see a reason to I don't know, hide it in a way. We're all learning together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really done much editing at all. It is something I've given thought to. One very dark thought that has crossed my mind is, if I do edit out breaking a puzzle and having to start over, comments from people who already know and say, oh, you broke this and had to start over, could boost engagement metrics.
Yes.
I try not to be tempted by that sort of by that sort of goal when making content. But the thought, it's still in the back of my mind.
Some quick recent content or context.
Yeah.
I was telling, I think it was Philip last night, how I didn't break Bill's puzzle, like his killer cage puzzle. That was the gas posted personal responsibilities, which, by the way, if you didn't watch the solve that Clover and Philip did, that was great, all right? And they got it done in like no time flat. I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes solving the gas puzzle, right? I could just be like, oh, let me just restart and, oh, hello guys and welcome to the Daily Gas, for, you know. But, you know, there's, again, we're all learning here. And when people get times of 5 minutes and I have time of 15 minutes, that's just what it is.
Thank you.
See Zeta.
Hey, I'm just curious what each of your favorite puzzle types is. Sudoku variant or non-Sudoku variant, whatever it is. What's the one that speaks to you the most?
I love killer cages. And I fear saying that now because early on, killer cages is one of the first variants I was introduced to. And I was like, oh, math in the Sudoku, how exciting. And then now, Thrag will set me a puzzle where I have to add 72 digits together, and or, you know, I need to be considering sums in the hundreds. But loosely, killer cages are pretty exciting.
I like negative constraints. I think that's, you know, that's a fun thing, which is really an anti-constraint. I see Tall Cat getting mad at me there. I don't know. I just find it interesting when we say that you know, you have, these are like all X's and V's are given or that sort of thing. I think when Glum, who I think he had to go somewhere, but was talking through, oh my gosh, my brain earlier. But if you want an actual variant, come back to me. Yeah.
I do have a special fondness for the three subgenres that I have sort of popularized. Hexaro, that's hexagonal cockaro. Balanced Sudoku, which is like regular Sudoku, except instead of the digits 1 to 9, it uses the digits -4 to 4. You can do some really interesting things with like sandwich and arrows in that thing, and this thing called Hashikabe. It's a combination of Nurikabe and Hashi bridge puzzles. I've got quite a few of those. I see Zeta nodding. He's so.
I guess expanding it to other types of variants. I was telling some people earlier today. You know, one of the puzzles I really enjoyed were like Masu and Slitherlinks. Just, you know, sitting in the back of my my freshman year of university, sitting in the back of my multi-class, you know, getting whatever I got, like a B in the class, and playing Slitherlink was definitely the highlight there. But
I hear children screaming in the hall.
But I don't know. I guess especially I know Kathy plays a lot of video games, right? You play video games as well?
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I just finished up Can of Wormholes.
that's a great game if you haven't
Yes.
played it. But I guess the OG game puzzles for me were always like literally just jigsaw puzzles, right? That's how I came
Yeah.
to know and love puzzles
God,
at
I
the
should
beginning.
stream
So.
some of those too.
Just got to get an overhead camera.
Yeah, we just got loaned this really intricate wooden jigsaw puzzle with these crazy piece shapes, and well, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You get a little like stand, and you
Yeah.
just put your phone and you're set.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hi. So, streaming Sudoku is something I've been super interested in, but I have no idea how to get started because the idea of streaming to 0 people makes me pretty nervous. So I'd love to know like how you guys got started and if you have any tips for that.
So first off, streaming to 0 people is not bad because you have to start somewhere. So I would say if you do start your stream and you do have 0 viewers, keep talking constantly, even if there's nobody there in chat to listen, because if somebody clicks on your stream and you're not saying anything, they're gonna leave immediately. I would also say, since you know you want to do Sudoku, I would talk to, if you're in any Discord channels, a lot of Discord servers will have a promotion section where you can post your own links and promote yourself. The Sudoku community is pretty open to that. So if you are in any Discord servers, just say, hey, it's my first stream, I'm doing Sudoku, come check it out, and post the link there, and then people can come watch you that way.
Yeah, Sudoku and puzzles, they're actually easier than a lot of types of content to stream to 0 viewers because you can fill the empty space with just explaining the logic that you're spotting, like they do in the strictly YouTube videos. Yeah, it's an easy way to keep yourself talking even when you don't have any chatters to interact with. And yeah, streaming to 0 viewers, it's a good place to start because, you know, once you get more experienced, you're going to say, oh, I'm glad nobody watched my early streams.
Oh gosh, yeah. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I realized, especially if you do want to do like streaming, not just making videos, but streaming specifically, is another thing is a lot of times people really like, if you're comfortable, like a face cam or something, they like to see someone to interact with, because when they come in and they see like a blank screen essentially, even if you're talking, that might also be something. So that's just like an extra bonus maybe if that's something that you want to do, you know.
Or a VTuber rig.
If you can get the VTuber rig set up, then more power to you. I don't think I would be a very good VTuber. But,
oh,
yes,
yes. Yes.
Reach out and say, hey, I'd like to solve your puzzle. Here's the link to the stream.
Which also just an extra thing is if you're trying to figure out what software to use, like I think most of us probably use like Streamlabs or just OBS or one of those, just like the typical software. Set a scene, make it look nice, and you go from there. Anyways, Ranks?
How do you like to source your puzzles? And what do you think about the ethical considerations on how you source your puzzles?
So personally, in the description of my YouTube videos, I've set up a Google form where people can submit puzzles to me, and that way I know I have permission from them. I don't like to do videos on puzzles without permission from the setter, just to make sure. So if maybe there's a puzzle that I've seen that I'm really interested in, I'll reach out to that setter and say, hey, I do these YouTube videos, would you mind if I did a video on your puzzle specifically? And they either say yes or they say no, and then we just go from there. The Google form is really nice because it keeps it organized. And yeah, also like the blanket, I just know I have permission at that point, so it feels better.
Like 90% of the puzzles I stream are either stuff people send me like through DMs or people post in a one or more puzzle suggestions channels. So that takes that takes care of that. Yeah.
I guess I'm bad on that front. You can come after me. So sometimes I'm just like scouring Logic Masters Germany, and I just see a really interesting puzzle, and I'll record it and I will send it to them. But maybe that's like I said, where you come after me. I don't necessarily ask for permission ahead of time. One example actually is with one of Renk's puzzles. I went and I was just like looking, and I was like, Renks did the stream where Memerister, if you don't know who that is, then you should.
Here.
It was like 3 hours, maybe something crazy, just talking about what he did, and I was like, Ranks, well, I know him. I've never solved one of his puzzles on stream, and I went and then I sent it to him afterwards. I'm sure, David, you would have told me if you had a problem with me streaming it, but yeah. So I guess something I hadn't considered as much as the more ethical thing is, in my mind, I guess if you're hosting it, if it's part of, like, let's say it's part of a newsletter or something that someone pays for, like, or it's from like Clover's Patreon, for example, right? Okay, well, sorry, that's, I guess, I was just thinking, like, if you're, in my mind, Clover says it's okay, but in my mind, if you're, Yeah. So Philip's puzzles then on his Patreon, all right? Which at this point I'm just tagging their Patreons, but okay, you can do Philip's too. All right. You know what? I'll just go away. It's okay.
That's a good point, though. The only puzzles I've ever avoided were ones that were behind a paywall that I didn't want to, take away from the setter's income. That's the only time I've ever avoided a puzzle.
Though I guess it's okay with
Yeah,
Clover and Philip.
apparently
so
some people might
post
be okay
away.
with it still. Oh, and with asking permission, I've never had anybody say no, they don't want a video done of it, but still, just in case, I want to be safe about it. What's your favorite part of content with Sudoku? No pressure.
It's just
like to allow you.
well, yeah. For me, it's just like the joke I've made a few times this weekend is you can tell I'm such an introvert, right? I enjoy interacting with the community. Otherwise, why would I be here, right? So one thing that I did a lot of when I was like first posting is I was like interacting with every single comment, and at a certain point that did become a little bit taxing. But I do enjoy like reading and hearing from the community what they think, how their solves went, right? It's always funny when, I'm going through a puzzle and I took some path through it and I made it way more complicated than it needs to be, and someone's like, well, why didn't you just do this? And I look back and I say, well, why didn't I? Why didn't I do that? I have no idea. So.
The puzzles themselves are the highlight for me. One thing I especially enjoy about puzzle content is, as I've said before, it's so like a crocky dot isn't going to invite you on its podcast to debate you about whether these two cells have a 1-to-2 ratio or not. It is unambiguous. You're expected to prove it and explain your logic, and and
I
it's
just need to reset.
yes, yes. That's. All right.
If no one has any more questions, then we appreciate your time here. Come get your Sudoku chips.
Oh yes.
All right, your SudokuCon 2025 commemorative chips.
Bye, chat.
Bye.